Hello everyone, NOD here, and welcome back to the Hawkeye review. Today, what I'm going to be doing is Hawkeye Episode 3, Echoes. I'm recording this on Wednesday, the day the finale premieres. I'm only going to be watching it on Friday, like 2 days from now. By that time, hopefully I'll be done with this one, and I'll nearly be done, and I'll at least record Episode 4. And Friday, like, for the day after I watch the Hawkeye finale, I'm going to be watching No Way Home, which will be awesome. And I'm not sure if I'm going to finish the Hawkeye reviews or do the No Way Home review. Anyway, I'm going to finish the Hawkeye reviews at some point. Hopefully, maybe I'll do the No Way Home. Hopefully, I'll finish Hawkeye, the Hawkeye Episode 4 review at least until I watch and review No Way Home. Okay. So now, Hawkeye Episode 3 is awesome. Because it introduces Echo, Maya, her name is Maya, but it's, she's gonna be, Marvel, announced the show, a Disney Plus show that will be called Echo, and that's gonna be her, that's her, that's the show's gonna be about her, and she's Echo, which is awesome, and I got really excited. And she seems, one of my favorite things, I'm glad they're doing a show about her because she seems like such a character with potential. She seems like such an interesting character. So I honestly can't wait for her show. And I can't wait to see what she does, what part she takes in the finale. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about, what are we talking about? Episode 3, obviously. Now, in this episode, we get introduced to Maya. And Maya, immediately from the start, first of all, the scenes with her as a child are adorable. I think it introduced her in such a good way where it showed us quickly what her background was and what is her goal. Right, quickly we discovered her dad was killed by Ronin, which is really sad, obviously. Now, clearly her dad has done some bad stuff. But I wonder what, he was obviously with the tracksuits, yeah? But it's still, they build him, even though he was in only, 1 or 2 scenes before that. I think 2, one in the, in the dojo, and the first one when he was talking to her in bedtime. So even though he was only 2 scenes, it was still really sad. And by the way, just if anyone was curious, the actress of Maya, which is something really cool in my opinion, she wasn't an actress, if I'm not mistaken, before. From what that's the first thing she's doing. The reason they picked her was because she fit the description. Right, the character of Maya is a Native American deaf person, and they wanted someone for real who was just like in Eternals, right? The mute person is forgot the word. And the mute person is actually also mute in real life, which is awesome that they did that with Maya, where she's deaf in real life and an actual Native American. Another thing that was really cool, if you notice, she has a metal leg, I don't want to use the term fake because that sounds bad. I'm not sure what the word is. Some prosthetics, I'm not sure. So she has a metal leg, I'll just say that. And that's actually not a character thing. That's the actress's leg. That's why they did it. And one of the coolest things in Marvel, that they actually turned it into part of the character instead of hiding it or using effects or CGI, which is really awesome. Yeah, that's really cool in my opinion. Also, this episode, right, they show, first of all, you see a big hand touching her, named Uncle, and from the start it's is this Fisk? Which we know from episode 5 it probably is. It seems like that's who it was. I mean, we know he's there, we know he's connected, but we actually technically we don't know yet. He's the one who patted her head, but no, not patted her head, who pinched her cheek, but we think that was him. Anyway, so that's really awesome. Another thing I really liked about this episode was the top-notch comedy of Hawkeye being without his hearing aid and him not being able to communicate with Kate was one of the funniest things. like in a lot of scenes where they were, texting, or when she said something and then he repeated it, and in the car chase, that was such a brilliant one shot. Well, until it stopped being a one shot, it was brilliantly made, and I love that. Like, absolutely, I think it looks so good. Like, even if it wasn't actually a one shot, and it was just edited really good. Another thing, just overall, the action was really fun this episode. All the different arrows, really cool to see. I love the Pym arrow thing. That was so cool. Another thing great that happens in this episode is that scene where he talks to Nathaniel, on the phone, and she writes him what he's saying, which is really it was a really emotional scene. Just all this show is really emotional in the Clint's family and Clint's past and Ronan and all that. In that regard, it's really good. Like, they do it excellent. Yeah, I love that. Absolutely love that. Another thing, what else? First of all, the dog. I think that's the episode where they name him Pizza Dog, which is awesome. Yeah, overall, Maya's character in this episode is excellent. I think the first scene where they were escaping, like even before they escaped, when they were fighting in the big toy store, I think, that was really good as well. Like, I really like the action. Maya's really cool, and Kate's, again, she's adorable. She's adorable in every episode. What else? I don't know if there's anything special with Eleanor and Jack in this episode. In the end, right? No, is it then? Is it in that episode? Yeah. In the end, they discover Jack is, or is it? I don't remember when. I think it was in episode 3, maybe later, where they discover, that Jack is the CEO of a company, like an evil company or something like that, or the tracksuits or something like that. I wasn't super clear, but they do get some stuff on him. So yeah, a few things. First of all, Maya's awesome. It ends with a nice scene where Jack is with the sword to Clint's throat. It really, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. It builds Maya's characters really good, and already by episode 5, you feel like you know her. Really doesn't feel like a character you just met, which is really awesome. And yeah, I think this is the best episode in the series up till now, because it has such fun action, such fun comedy and interactions and sequences, and just really fun. So that's it for this review, guys. Like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed. Check out the video on my channel, and I'll see you all again next time.